Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, King of Kings, the Black King of Kings, the Most High of all men on planet Earth. This post is about this video. I just got I was driving down, I guess I should say moved to do a video on toilet paper. And the reason why I chose toilet paper, because I remember being told the story of a woman lived in a house with her husband and 2 sons, but she also managed a business. And at the business, apparently they were complaining, the females especially were complaining that she never purchased enough toilet paper. So they never had enough toilet paper. To which she responded she lived in a house with her husband and 3 sons, and they never went through so much toilet paper at home. And that made me think, as a woman living in a house with men, she's probably the only one using the toilet paper for more than one activity. The guys just use it when they do a number 2. She's the only one who's using it for more than one activity. At her office, there are multiple women, probably more women than men. So you got a lot more women using it, and as a result, it finishes faster. But the environment she's in most of her time, at home with her family, she doesn't see what the others at her workplace is seeing. And being in a position of authority, of power, she sets the rules. She could actually impose sanctions and punishments on them for being disrespectful and unruly and demand, because she has power. And that is the so-called oxymoron of white supremacy and white power. Most white folks will try and dispute and argue that they're not racist and they're not into white supremacy and all the other bull crap. But I will tell you this, with no doubts in my mind whatsoever, that the so-called white supremacy, and remember, I say this with a burning, a hardened heart, because there's nothing supreme about white. But for white supremacy and racism to exist in places like America, South Africa, Europe, and Europe is getting stronger now with Macron, or Macron, whatever the faggot is from France, and Denmark, and them talking about African immigrants and controlling African populations. These demons who invaded and infested planet Earth with their pale pink, genetically inferior viruses, now talking about immigrants and invasions. Anyhow, back to the topic. So, these things exist because the majority of white folk benefit from it. They require systems to be imposed. It's like Philando Castile's murderer, the pig, walking after murdering him, but then his brother gets sentenced for attending a protest because the cop got set free. Because these crackers, and to me there is a difference, there are a very small amount of white humanoids, white humans, and the majority are crackers, stemming from the term of the pale pink, genetically inferior demonic scumbags who somewhere in their twisted psyche seem to think they're superior to everyone else, and as a result they can sit on horsebacks and crack whips. Thus the name crackers, the most despicable scum on the planet to me. You prove yourself you're a cracker to me, and I get the upper hand in this history. But these scumbags, after invading 3/4 of our planet, are now talking about population control and all these other things. Whereas in America, similar scum live and enjoy these racist systems. Had it not been so, racism would not have existed. And when I hear white people in South Africa talking about their rights and not getting equality and all, I just think that the black South African population should catch them all, men, women, children, and pets, and destroy them to send a message that their lives are not more important or more significant than other humans on this planet, and they have no right to invade every nook and cranny on planet Earth and then think they're untouchable. Having weapons of death and mass destruction does not make you correct. It does not make you right. It makes you evil. And my message has to go out to our black brothers to unite, especially those of us who make up the military forces of these nations. It's time we take these trainings and take these devils down. White men do not rule the earth. Therefore, Denmark should not be deciding on sterilizing African women. France and Amerikkka should not be deciding who should travel to go where, because crackers have invaded 99.9% of planet Earth. Thanks for the Sentinelese, they cannot go there. They will be killed. Anything goes there gets killed. I like that. So we need to start uniting. Brothers and sisters in the military need to start coming together, and Africans in the diaspora need to start investing in stable African economies where we can get backing in times of need, because these crackers are not going to stop. And if you think peaceful protests and all the other bullshit is going to bring the crackers to the knees and let them understand that we are hurting for 508 years and we are a people, if possible, naturally genetically superior to them, and we deserve more than we have been getting. When these crackers can tell you that they cannot calculate what they owe you for reparations, but then slave masters got compensation from their insurance companies and other agencies for their losses of slaves, and France has been able to calculate how much her territories deprived her of when they became independent, and as a result many of them still owe and pay France money to these days. Then these same male member sucking creatures are talking about Africa being impoverished and suffering and migrating to their countries. It sickens me. It sickens me to my core. And I think it's beyond time that the black man wakes up and realizes that his enemy does not look like him. His enemy is the pale, pink, genetically inferior, demonic scum. And we need to get the toilet paper out, get this out of our way, and flush them. It's beyond time. Wake up, wise up, and rise up. Rastafari lives, rules, and reigns.